What is up, everyone? My name is Eric and I want to welcome you to another episode. You need a set of rings, so if you haven't checked out the ring setup video, I would do that now. I would make sure that we have our ring set up because we are going to get right into it. It's going to be a follow along workout. We're going to do 3 moves. So the first move, we like to call it the ring cat-cow. Now on all of these progressions, if I'm more upright, this is going to be easier than if I walk down. So I'm going to show you a couple different options as we go through this, but something to consider is that the angle of the body is going to dial the resistance up or down, depending on if you're new to this or if you need a little bit more resistance. So from here, I'm going to do what's called a ring cat-cow. So I'm going to take a big inhale and a big exhale. As I exhale, I'm going to sink into the spine and I'm going to turn my rings, thumbs facing down. I like to be soft in the knees. So we call this the ring cat-cow. So this is the top or the rounded position. Now from here, I'm going to take a big exhale, big inhale, and I'm going to lift my chest as tall as possible. Try to arch and extend through the spine. So notice that my arms are not bending. Don't allow the arms to bend here. Keep them nice and straight, only moving the spine. And then I'll just relax back into a rounded position. So a technique that I like to use, I'm going to do about 5 reps here, is as I start to loosen up, I'm going to start to add some resistance. So if I walk forward, this is much stronger of a stretch. Takes a little more effort, especially when I'm trying to lift my hips and pinch through my shoulder blades. Alright, so let's say that's 5 reps. So from the cat-cow, I'm going to do what we call the assisted German hang. Now on this one, same concept. So if I start up here, this is going to be nice and light. If I walk over onto my mat, it's going to be much stronger. Now I'm going to start upright with my arms behind me in extension. So I need to make myself tall, and I want to work on rotating my rings. From here, my palms are facing down, my core is engaged. Don't be hanging sloppy. Now, I'm going to exhale and I'm going to round down. So as I round down, I start to work on rounding and then pressing my hips up high as possible. So in the beginner phase, it's important that I stay leaning forward. And then I'm just going to floss back and forth. So I'm rounding down and then extending out. And again, I'm going to do about 5 reps. So let's say that was 3. I'm going to start walking down just to make this a little bit stronger. And again, I'm not bending the arms here. I'm keeping the arms straight the entire time. All right, so 1 more rep just for good luck. Okay, so from here, this is a total body workout. So we're going to do a lower body prep movement. We're going to do a step back lunge. I'm going to step back, and I'm using the rings to help me A, just go back to the start position, but B, keep my chest upright. And then I'm just getting some blood flow into the legs, saying what's up, saying hello for the day. I'm going to do about 10 reps here. You can even get a little bonus curl. It's all good if you keep your arms in an undergrip position, and then just switching side to side. So let's say 1 more rep on each side. Awesome. So that's 1 round. Now I'm going to get right back into round number 2. You know, we use round number 2 to improve range. So now that I've warmed up a little bit, I'm going to get right back into the stronger resistance. Remember how we talked about if you walk forward or if you walk underneath the rings, that it's much stronger. Now, I always like to pause in the extended position as well in this flexed position. And I'm breathing. Already, I can feel my body temperature rising. Maybe it's just because it's hot in El Paso. 1 more. All right, so now we're gonna hit the front side, open up the chest. I'm gonna walk forward, and I like to walk back. This just helps me get into the position safely. But again, I'm trying to walk a little further than I did on the first round. You shouldn't have pain. It should be a stretch, maybe a little uncomfortable, But the goal, no pain. Find a progression that works for you. One more rep. And then I'm just gonna finish it off with my step back lunge. I don't know why, this undergrip just feels nice. So I can feel my body temperature rising just a little bit, and that's all the warm up really is. I'm loose and ready to go. So I'm gonna do about 5 more of these step backs. If you don't need too much assistance, don't use it. Just use the legs. Good, and last one each side. Awesome. All right, so we've completed our prep section. We're gonna move into the strength section. All right, guys, welcome to the work or strength section. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of all the movements before we get after it. The numbers are gonna be 10, so we're gonna do 10 reps of each movement. Check it out, starting off with movement number 1, which is the chest to ring row. So if I start way back here and I pull my chest to the rings, this is gonna be easier than if I walk down. So the same thing applies here. If you want to dial up the resistance, come underneath the rings. Notice that I'm rotating and touching the chest at the top. So that's movement number 1. Movement number 2, we have to raise the rings up a little bit. Make sure you know your rings. Now, if I'm lower to the ground, this is going to be tougher. If I'm higher to the ground, this is going to be easier. From here, I'm just going to do a leg lift. Now, you always have the option of tucking the legs in, tucking the legs out. Again, if I raise the rings, this will be much easier. The third movement, we're going to do a ring-assisted pistol squat. So on this one, I'm going to step back. I like to lower the rings just a little bit, so I can get a little bit of distance here. And I'm going to get some angle, and I'm going to sit my hips back. And I'm only going to go as far back as I can with my spine and my heel down on the floor. So my spine should be upright, heel should be flat. Now on this one, because I don't want to use the arms to assist me, I'm going to try to keep my arms nice and straight. 3 movements. We got the ring, chest to ring pull up. The second movement, we have the second movement, we have the L-seat leg lift, and the third movement is the pistol squat. So follow along, guys. I'm jumping in with movement number 1, chest to ring rows. Now, I've been doing these for a while, so I'm a little bit stronger. I'm gonna start underneath the rings, but always make sure you check out the options if it's too much. If you're not able to get the chest to touch, then it's too hard, right? And just dial it back. Every step you take back is going to take off 5-10 pounds of resistance. And that's what we're looking for. Again, trying to make sure the arms go all the way straight. So this is the end of that cat-cow. And then from here, we're going to go extend, pull it all the way up. That warm-up gets us ready. We need 3 more reps. 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, I'm going to raise the rings up a little bit. I'm going to use this as my little break. Catch my breath. So again, always check out the option to raise the rings just a little bit higher. If you're not able to get the legs to lift off, raise the rings. I'm going for the pro version, trying to keep the legs nice and straight. Arms are straight. And 10. Whew, no talking going on there. All right, we got the third movement. Again, I'm switching on every rep here, and I'm going to do 10 total. So I lower slow. That's 1. Again, keeping the spine tall. So what do I mean by not keeping? So if I allow this to round, or I allow my heel to come off the ground, we got problems. I'm keeping the spine and the chest upright. I'm going to do about 3 more. All right, guys. So that's 1 round. We got 3 rounds of this strength section. I'm getting right back into these ring rows. If you need a break, here's where I would take my break. Here's where I would hit the pause button. If you're feeling good, keep moving with this. All right, so back to the chest to ring row. We don't call it the chest to ring row for nothing. Make sure the chest is touching at the top. I like to pause and really make it count. And I can feel the first round. I'm already tuckering out. That's 5 more. So instead of taking too much of a break, I'm just gonna dial it back a little bit. 4, 3, 2, last one. Pause, slow lower. Right into the L seats. So not only am I getting the core on this one, but just by keeping the arms straight and lifting off, go a little bit higher this round. I'm also getting the lats, right? What they call straight arm strength in gymnastics. All right into it, guys. Let's go. So you can tell just by raising the rings a little bit, it's gotten much easier. And 5. And I can always take an option here. So I'm starting to get tired. Rather than letting my form compensate, I'm just gonna keep working. I'm gonna choose a lighter progression. 3, 2, and 1. All right, pistol squats coming at you. One of the hard parts about this workout is moving the rings a little bit, but it's all good. We make things happen. All right into that pistol squat. Feels good to give the arms just a little bit of a break here. So I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm leaning back here. Notice how I got a good angle, and then I'm standing up tall. Really emphasize the glutes and hamstrings. And what are you trying to get them booty gains? All right, and 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. All right, good news, guys. We got time for one more set. Oh, we are not messing around. This is an equipment needed workout. Beginners are welcome, but we're gonna work hard today. The rings, go-to piece of equipment. Throw them in a backpack. We are ready to go. All right, chest to ring rows. Also want to give a big shout out to High Ridge Park. It's a community park I always come here to move. We got to support Parks and Rec. 3 more reps. Oh, all right. Okay, on the L seat. Yeah, feeling the burn now. I'm raising them up. I'm not raising too high, then I won't be able to get them down. All right, I'm gonna try to start off with these tucks on this set. 3, 4, 5. Little baby break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, last move of the day, or the work section of the day. I wish. Still got that power, that condition, that finisher coming up. All right, so 10, 9. I'm trying to slowly lower. I'm getting too much of a rush. If you need to, you can always do just a squat. By that 3rd round, might be feeling some pain, might be tuckering out. Say, okay, 1 more each side on these pistols, and we're gonna call it work section. That's work section, my friends. That's real sweat. All right, guys, welcome to the finisher section. We have made it. We've got 2 dynamic movements. One is going to be a power-based movement. One is going to be a little bit more core-based, and it's going to allow us to catch our breath. We're going to move for a total of 30 seconds. We only have 10 seconds to switch. Notice that I have my rings set up low. The first movement is the squat, the ring squat jump. Now, I have two options here. If my knees are sensitive, all I'm going to do is squat, stand up on the toes. Stand up on the toes. So I'm low and slow, squatting, and standing up quick and dynamic. If I have the option and I feel good, I'm gonna go for what we call a squat jump. Now, this is not a deep squat jump. It is a power squat jump. The second move is going to be the plank. Now, on the plank, I'm just going to do a static hold, right? So that's the two movements. Starting off with the power squats. I'm getting after it. Now I'm moving for a total of 30 seconds here. So again, this is the finisher. Get the heart rate up. And we are dynamic. We're getting after it. One of my favorite lower body ring movements. Never really think of the rings when it comes to lower body. You gotta get creative. Woo! 30 seconds there. Then about 10 seconds to switch over to the plank. Now let's talk about this plank. So I want to make sure I'm turning my rings out like this. I'm pressing through the rings and I'm holding this position. And I'm just trying to breathe in my nose, out my mouth. And just really catch my breath. We've got about 10 seconds. If this is too strong, you always have the option to walk forward. This will make it much lighter. Keep the arms locked out, and that's time. All right, right back into that squat jump. 3, 2. Here we go, guys. Nice, powerful jump. Again, Michael Jordan doesn't go down here to dunk the ball. Keep it low, but keep it powerful. Save the power for the jump. Explode. 30 seconds of movement. You got it. Keep the chest upright. Straight arms. Breathing hard, guys. We're working. 30. Saved by the bell. Right back into the plank. Again, I'm using this to slow the heart rate down. I'm pressing down into the rings, keeping my core engaged, standing on my tiptoes. If I can, legs and arms are nice and straight. Turn the rings out. Try to click them together. And time. All right. One more round. All right, getting after it. 30 seconds. Chest stays up. Spend as little time on the ground as possible. I hit, I go. I explode. We like this one because it helps me have good jumping mechanics. Because it kind of sets me up in this lean back position. So I'm just exploding and moving. 30 seconds. Stay with me. Ain't no time. Woo, last set. All right. Last move. 3, 2. And we're holding. Full 30 seconds here, guys. You might be tired. It's round 3. Walk it forward. It's all good. Halfway there. I'm gonna spend the last 10 seconds in this full position. About 10 to go. Now the lower the rings, also, the harder this is. If I have a little bit higher rings, this will be much easier. And time. All right, guys, we made it through our finisher section. We're gonna cool it down. We got the passive ring hang. So just Take a second to kind of catch your breath. Raise the rings up. I like to raise them just above head height. All right, so we call this a passive hang, and it sounds just like what it is. All I'm going to do is take a deep breath, deep exhale, and I'm just going to open up the shoulders. So I can play with different hip positions here, so just tilting my hips forward and backwards. I can also rotate my rings in and out. Just trying to catch my breath. I can hang with one arm. You might want to assist yourself. You might be able to do this without assistance. Switching to the other side. Just doing what feels right. So we can kind of target the hips now. Single arm, cross the leg back, and I like to twist. We'll just go ahead and switch sides. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. What kind of episodes do you guys want to see? We're trying to be creative with these first few episodes that we make. But let us know in the feedback, in the comments, what you like, what you don't like, and we'll be sure to make it happen.